personally prepare for a voiceover audition?
I try to get my headspace right. So when I go on my booth, I try to take a few deep breaths, and then I read the script, and I read it a couple of times, and I try to get a feel for who's talking in the script, who's telling the story, or who's being talked to. So I try to get a feel for the background about the story.
Well, I have my liquids, of course, that being a cup of coffee and a cup of water on standby as needed. I will run through the copy myself, and I will do a bit of humming. So a lot of times voice talents will say, never clear your throat, that because it makes your vocal cords a little bit more scratchy and prone to the vocal hiccups.
Oh, yes.
Up and down the scale.
Oh.
And it really exercises and warms up my vocal cords in a way that I can't get with, other warm-ups that I've tried in the past. So that's kind of my favorite one.
So what about psychological preparation? Like, is there anything you mentally do to get yourself into the role?
So what I do is, not only do I try to put myself like, okay, who's reading the story or who's telling the story, I try to relate it to something that I know about or that I've experienced, if I can. So if I'm reading a story and they say, oh, this is a mother talking to their child, well, I try to think about something maybe I felt or how I would sound talking to a child. So I try to glean something from what they're saying and apply it to my life. So then that way I can actually feel what I'm saying.
Is there anything you do now in your auditions that maybe you never used to do before?
I give 2 reads. So I will give 2 reads, and I'll slate my audition in the beginning saying 2 takes or 2 reads so that the client will know. And if I don't always give 2 reads, it depends on what the script is. But if I can, I do. And I try to give 2 different takes on it. Not just switch a word, but I try to give 2 different emotions from it. And so I'll let the client know 2 takes, and I'll give that. So that's one of the things I've been doing.
So last question, how do you think a voice actor can make their voice stand out in their audition?
Oh gosh, you hit the nail on the head. Every voice is so unique. And I've always said that because somebody out there is looking for your voice whether you think they are or not. So I hear what I think other people are going to be sounding like, and I try to just switch that just ever so slightly to sound just a little bit different, put different emphasis on different words. And obviously give it a couple of takes. We want to make sure that we are giving a little bit of versatility in our reads and showing what we are capable of, not just being, the one-trick pony, if you will, that, has one style and that's it. And certainly when you are writing and when you go to submit the audition, when you're writing to the client, hey, thanks so much for listening. Here's my contact if you ever want to reach out, blah, blah, blah. That part, I think, is like your cover letter. And that stands out big time, in my opinion.